In today's episode, and part of our Ask Tom clip series, we're going to take a look at a question and answer from one of our interviews conducted with one of the Clifton team last year. Without further ado, let's take a look.
Why do people typically look towards pension-led funding, and what are some of the risks?
So I would say probably the main benefit from a business owner's point of view is control. So what I mean by that is it's really the only form of business funding where the business owners themselves are paying interest back to themselves, albeit via their pension funds, rather than paying interest to a third-party bank or lender, which is obviously money that's lost forever. So the loan repayments that are paid back into the pension scheme are then generally onwardly invested into the markets, so they have a chance to grow in the stock markets as well. Also, another advantage, so there are no personal guarantees or directors' guarantees required, which can obviously be attractive, and there's no charge required over the director's home. As in terms of risks, as with all types of funding, there is an underwriting process which is pretty thorough. But generally, what underpins any successful pension-led funding transaction is that there has to be a robust company at the heart of the proposition that has the means to repay back the loan. So clearly, pension-led funding isn't risk-free, and there is, of course, the potential that pension funds could ultimately be lost if the business were to fail. Although, again, it's worth adding that in such cases, it's generally the pension scheme itself which has the first charge over the business assets, rather than a third-party bank or lender. And obviously, just in terms of risk generally, with the recent stock market crash, we've obviously had a painful reminder that pension schemes themselves are not risk-free. So in order to help clients manage the risks associated, each pension-led funding proposition is fully reviewed and implemented by an FCA-regulated advisor, such as myself, from the very first application through to completion and beyond, with reviews, and each scheme is approved by HMRC.